So for over the last 3.5 years, the GoXLR has been the heart and soul of my streaming setup. I mean, I have loved this device so much, I've actually convinced a few of my friends to get one themselves. I mean, I was so excited when I got the GoXLR that I even posted about it on Instagram, which I never do. So last week when I found out about Elgato's newest device, the Stream Deck Plus, I thought, is it finally time to retire my GoXLR? And that's what we're gonna find out in today's video. Let's fire up the Stream Deck Plus and see if it can do everything my GoXLR can do, and hopefully more. And I should probably mention this video is not sponsored by Elgato. I'm not even an Elgato partner at the moment. So we're gonna give an honest opinion of this new device, and I'm just really curious what it can do. All right, here we are many hours later, and I've been toying around with all the software, all the audio routing configuration, really just trying to get the Stream Deck Plus to do everything that my GoXLR can do. And I came really, really close, but it did fall short in a few areas. There were just a few things that my GoXLR does that I would be missing way too much. So the first setback that I had was listening to myself. Because all the audio was getting routed through the Stream Deck Plus via the Wavelink software and then back out of our computer into our headset, there was a bit of a delay when I would hear myself back. And if you've ever done that, if you've ever tried to talk and you heard yourself through a delay, it's almost impossible to talk. So I had to turn off the monitoring feature, which also meant that if any of the effects were turned on in Wavelink to, make my voice sound higher pitched or lower pitched or like I'm in a cave, a lot of things that I could do easily with my GoXLR with the touch of a button, I wouldn't even be able to hear those. So that's kind of bad because I could see myself turning on a noise effect and forgetting to turn it off, because that would be just like me. One other drawback was I didn't have the ability easily to play a sound through my microphone, meaning I could actually be in Discord with somebody and play a sound file and they would hear it, I would hear it, you guys would hear it, and all that. So that's kind of a big deal for me because I use that quite a lot. So I figured since I was still going to need a separate XLR to USB interface, that I might as well just plug back into the GoXLR and see if maybe the two could work in harmony. And I found out that it gets a lot more complicated with my setup, but it actually did allow everything I want and more at that point. So all the things I was just complaining about that I couldn't pull off, I could go back to monitoring myself in real time via the GoXLR headphone jack. I could play the sound effects through the microphone via the GoXLR. I could turn on all the voice effects via the GoXLR. So I had all those features of the GoXLR, but then I also had the power of the Elgato Wavelink software because that gets unlocked as soon as you plug in your Stream Deck Plus. You're able to use that software. And so a whole new bunch of selections for routing audio came about. And I was able to do some really cool things that I haven't been able to do before, and I've been wanting to do for a long time. One of which, and the main thing here, is that I wanted to be able to mute myself on Discord and at the same exact time bring all the volume down from what I'm hearing in Discord, not only for myself, but for my listeners as well. So I could then just kind of mute, still have people in the background through Discord, just barely. I can turn them down like 50%, and then I can talk to my chat. And then if they say, hey, Impulse, I can still kind of hear that and chime right back in. So I was able to do that with the Stream Deck Plus. I basically set up multi-actions, and I can just press a button, Discord, mute and lower audio, and then it's got a really cool slider effect on the icons that just slide it down so I can actually see, okay, my Discord volume now is at 50%, and I had an icon there that I can easily look down and see that I am indeed muted, because that's always embarrassing when you think you're muted on Discord, but you're not. So it's nice to have that indicator to just look down quickly and see. And then if I press the button again to unmute, it brings the volume back up in Discord, and then we'll be back in business. I'm unmuted and back to full volume, and I'm back with my teammates. So that is really cool. Also, of course, got other buttons on here. I can toggle the monitoring of what you guys hear versus what I hear. That's the biggest advantage, I think, of the Elgato Wavelink software, is it has two different sets of sliders. So if I wanted to hear the music at a high volume and you guys hear it at a low volume so it's not distracting, I could do that, or vice versa is actually what I typically do. I put the volume way down so that at the end of the stream I don't have a headache from blasting music in my ear. And so, yeah, you can control all the different outputs to both myself, what I hear in my headphones, and to the stream through a stream mix. And then I can just send that as a single track over to OBS, which we stream out to you guys. And I can toggle between listening back and forth to my mix and your mix so that I can tell if it's good or not. So yeah, really cool. It's really cool. I think what I'm going to do with this device now is just add it to my ecosystem. And yeah, it just got more complicated. more virtual audio inputs and outputs to manage. But as long as, you know, get them set up, the first time should just be set it and forget it, and then they're good to go. And I think I got it. I think I got it figured out now. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna keep the Stream Deck Plus. Like I said, I'm gonna add it to my collection of devices on my desk, which is totally fine. And it's really cool. There's only 8 buttons on it, but it's got this really cool feature where you can just slide across this touchscreen part of it, and it will change to a different set of buttons. So then I can play sounds.
Impulse is a bit of a genius, it turns out.
So now I can play that for all my friends, of course, through these buttons. And those are routed through the microphone so they actually hear it, which is cool. And you can just swipe and get more and more pages of this thing. So basically you have an infinite amount of buttons if you don't mind swiping. And I really think the knobs on it are a really good idea as well. Like, so instead of pressing the button to lower the Discord volume, if I want to get real granular about it and like really tweak it, I can just turn the knob and bring it down by 1% at a time or more if I want to set up the step values to be higher. It works. It works great. I think it's going to be a great addition to my setup. I am a little disappointed that it couldn't replace every piece of the GoXLR, because the GoXLR honestly takes up a huge amount of space on my desk, and I was looking forward to getting some of that space back with just this small little Stream Deck Plus, but it didn't happen. We tried. Maybe Elgato will figure some of this stuff out, right? I think I will do one more test before I fully give up on this project. I'm going to get a Wave XLR. It's Elgato's XLR to USB interface, and I'll plug into that, and I'll completely remove my GoXLR once again, and I will see if through that there's some options to get the latency down so I can actually monitor myself. If we're able to continue to play the sound files through the microphone, I need to find a way to do that. I think that once we plug that in, it will unlock a device. Potentially, I could do that and have the audio effects through what's called VSTs, and we might be able to just apply those to the microphone, and that would take care of the things that were missing for me today from the GoXLR. So I'll get one of those devices, and we'll give that a go next. All right, check out what just showed up at my door. We've now got the Wave XLR. So this is going to allow me to plug in my XLR microphone, my Shure SM7B microphone. This thing should give us plenty of power to power this beast-hungry microphone of mine. And it's supposed to sound really good. It's supposed to have a great audio processor in it. And so we'll just plug this guy in. I'm going to remove my GoXLR once again. And yeah, let's see if we can make this work. All right, we are now plugged into the Wave XLR, and no longer do I even have the GoXLR plugged into my system. So we'll put that aside. And I have been able to figure out how to do just about everything the GoXLR can do. So now I'm able to activate sound effects. So if I want to change my voice, I can do that. If I want to change it to
high pitch, I can do that.
And, activate some echo or whatever kind of effects I want. There's a bunch of VSTs out there. You just have to go in and configure them to do whatever you want. And you can apply those to the microphone. There's now an output called Microphone FX. That means everything that gets applied will be heard on that side. So that's what actually I would use in OBS. That's what I'm using right now for you guys to be able to hear all that stuff. So that's kind of my capture input, I guess, if you will. So that's great. That gives me back that functionality, but there is something that is still missing and kind of a big deal for me. I may be able to live without it for a little bit. We'll see, unless I can find a solution. But I'm not able to play samples through the microphone, and that's kind of a big deal. So I like to be able to play kind of wave files or whatever to the people that I'm talking to. It's been used in bits inside of my videos and things like that. So kind of a big deal. What I was looking for was to be able to just create some sort of soundboard play audio file inside of the Stream Deck or Stream Deck Plus software, and then from there be able to actually map it to the microphone FX. But unfortunately, if we drop down the output, there is no Wavelink microphone FX. And then so these are all basically just outputs, and we need to apply these to an input. So with the GoXLR, It was simple. They had a samples, I think, or sampler channel, and that was linked directly to the microphone. So anything that played over that channel was going to get picked up in the microphone, and you could just map to that. And that's what, when you press the buttons on the GoXLR, it would actually do. It'd play through that channel, which would then play through the microphone. So that's the one thing that I hope maybe Elgato will figure that out. I might have to ask him, please, Elgato, please give me a channel. Give me a channel in here. I mean, there's so many channels in the Wavelink that, like, even if you just said auxiliary 2 is always going to play to the Elgato Wave microphone output, then that'd be great. That would solve it. So yeah, or give us a new channel that's specifically kind of like, just mimic what the GoXLR does with the sampler thing, and we would be good to go. Then I can map all my sounds on the Stream Deck to that, and it'd play through the microphone. Until then, I'll probably have to come up with some other kind of weird way to do it, you know, through other virtual audio cables, maybe another program like Voice Meter Banana or something like that. It's going to get more complicated in order to pull off what I want to do, and I'm worried that when I do that, it's going to add more lag to what I hear as far as monitoring myself. So anyway, that's where we're at. I think what I'm going to do at this point is stick with this setup for a while, and hopefully something will come to mind. Maybe one of you guys have an idea. If you're using the Elgato ecosystem, you have a Wave XLR and you're using Stream Deck, maybe somebody out there knows how to route the sounds through the microphone so that people I'm talking to on Discord can hear them. If so, let me know. Otherwise, I am kind of reaching out to a few people to see, and if they don't have it, and it's not easy to do, Elgato, please. I'm hoping to not go back to the GoXLR because everything else has been fantastic. I think with the VSTs and everything that I've set up through the Wave XLR and the Wavelink software, I think the microphone actually does sound a little bit better. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. If you're audiophiles and you got headphones on, you're listening to it, let me know at the beginning of the video, towards the end of the video, which one sounded better. And I probably still have some tweaking to do. But anyway, I will stick with it for a while and see how it goes. Like I said, there are many other features that came about because of this Stream Deck Plus, like the Discord thing that we talked about, being able to step people down while I'm muted and be able to talk to chat with them still kind of in my ear. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that and some other things that the Stream Deck Plus is going to do for me. So that's my verdict. Almost. This close. But yeah, no, this is great. And I think Elgato's doing some great things, and I hope they keep it up. You know, they fill in that one little gap that I'm talking about, and we are solid. So that's going to do it. I know this video is not normal for me. I never do these tech review videos or anything like that. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could give me a thumbs up and let me know if you guys want to see any more of these kind of future videos from me. I am big into the tech stuff. I love my gadgets, as we said earlier. So I love kind of reviewing this stuff. This did take me a lot longer than I thought it would do to make, but you know, I'm new at it. So learning process. Thank you guys so much. I feel like I need some sort of like outro tag like everybody else has. Happy streaming. No, that's not. That's Harris's. Be kind, rewind. No, that's Epos Vox. How about this? Peace.